Hello everybody and welcome back to the Up the Guts podcast. Today we are going to be continuing our series of reviewing our pre-season predictions that we did on each club. If you haven't already gone and seen it, I've already done my the videos on the bottom 10 teams who finished in the bottom 10 of the ladder, and I've also done the team that was first out of the final series, which was the US Giants. So if you haven't already, go back and have a look at those and all the videos that are dropping lately as trade period starts to cook up. There's plenty of content going at it, so while you're there, may as well hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on so you don't miss whenever we upload, because there's going to be plenty of content flying your way. But without further ado, let's get into the next team. So the next team to be eliminated was the Fremantle Dockers, and we all thought that they might have gone a bit further. They had so much potential. What it is with Freo is when they decide to go into second gear, take the foot off the brakes, and actually move the ball fast, they look like a dangerous team. Getting the ball in there, down to the Josh Tracy, down to Patrick Voss. They look such a dangerous team, but when they kick it backwards and move the ball slow, they're such a boring team to watch. If they can find someone that middle ground and take the game more on, I could see them being a top 4 team and a prelim team in 2026. Improving on their 2024 finish of 10th, they went in and finished 6th in 2025, securing themselves a home final. And I actually predicted them to finish 6th, so big tick for me there. But unfortunately, they dropped up. They got the home final they wanted, but then they dropped it to the firing Gold Coast Suns. So they'll be disappointed with that outcome. As I said before, I think it's all to do with ball movement once they get it down there, because they got the firepower down forward to do that, as well as their role-playing forwards like Frederick, Bolton, Swikowski that can provide the speed and spark, and they've got the tools down there as well. Look out for, I said Hayden Young. Now, I don't know how harsh I want to be on myself for this call, because he was affected by injury with soft tissue injuries, just ruling him out for majority of the season. So only managed the 9 matches, but when he did play, looked really damaging. Averaged a 16.8 disposals, and what I loved, he was hitting the scoreboard, so he kicked 7 goals out of the 9 matches he's played. His best game was round 20 v West Coast, where he had 23 disposals, kicked 3, had 7 clearances and 8 score involvements, and was actually subbed out at 3/4 time tactically to try and keep his body right as it got to the back end of the season. He did end up doing another soft tissue, but came back in round 23 or 24, right before the finals. So hopefully Fremantle and Hayden Young can get on top of that going into 2026, because he's such a valuable player. As a midfielder now, they're not using him as much off half-back, but this is the perfect thing about Hayden Young. They can always... He's so damaging for the middle of the ground, but they know if they need some drive off half-back, they can just plot him back there too and provide that drive. Such a beautiful kick of the footy, and hoping for a big year in 2026 for Hayden Young. Don't write him off. If he can get his body right, that'll be the big thing for him in pre-season. Now, needs to lift, I said Jaeger O'Meara, and I want to say a reasonably good tick for me, because there was no game where he really wowed me going into it. Played the 14 matches, averaged 17.4 disposals, and kicked just the 2 goals. Best game can in round 1 v Geelong, 31 disposals and 6 clearances. Now, he started off his career really well and then had those injuries that really affected him. I just want to double check, how old is O'Meara? So he's 31. So the way he's playing, if he doesn't have a big 2026, I'd be nearly right. I'd be really writing him off and saying that might be the end of his career. He's just not doing enough damage, and with the young midfielders that they've got coming through. So obviously we mentioned Hayden Young, but Caleb Song, Andrew Brayshaw obviously leading the charge there. Who was the one that always dominates at Waffle, sorry. And then Neil Erasmus is the one I'm thinking of. Neil Erasmus is the one I'm thinking of. Always dominated Waffle, struggled to find some consistent footy at AFL level, but then had a really good back end of the season. Yeah, Matt Johnson is another one that they really rate, only 22 years old. And yeah, I just think 2026 needs to be a big year for Jaeger O'Meara. Otherwise, I think we might be seeing him be asked, or well, not offered a contract, and therefore have to retire, but be delisted. Now, we always like to highlight player that shined, and that's none other than Dogger Luke Jackson. Played the #1 rock role for majority of the season with Sean Darcy, again, just not being able to get his body right, and he absolutely shined. Played the 21 matches, averaged 21.8 hit-outs, 17.8 disposals, 4.1 tackles. But what I loved the most about Jackson is from his 21 matches, he kicked the 20 goals. Just that impact type of players. His athleticism shines. The way he can move around the ground as like another midfielder, but can go forward. He hasn't done enough to prove that with two ruckmen, if Darcy does get his body right, that he can play as a majority, that he can play as a standalone forward. And I think they've already got that through Tracy and Voss and a miss down there. I think right now Luke Jackson needs to be playing number one ruck. Where that leaves Sean Darcy, I'm not too sure. But I think Jackson needs to be playing number one. No Darcy in the ruck and Luke Jackson's a midfielder. Jackson's your number one ruck now. And where that leaves Darcy, I'm not sure. Because Darcy can't play anywhere else but ruck. Can another club come at him? But I think Luke Jackson's too valuable to not be playing as your number one ruckman around the ball. And what a season he did have. His best game came in round 15 v Essendon, where he had 48 hit-outs, 21 disposals, kicked the 3 goals, had 12 score runs and 10 clearances. I'm so excited to see Luke Jackson develop as a player, and he was rewarded with his great season this year with a recognition in the All-Australian squad. Obviously was not in the final team, but did make the All-Australian squad, which is a huge, huge honour. So it'll be interesting to see what type of season he has in 2026. Well, there you have it, guys. There is my review of my pre-season predictions for the Fremantle Dockers. I thought I went pretty well. Let me know how you think that I went as well. It's pretty much all ticks in my personal opinion, but thank you guys for listening and watching along. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to leave a like and comment on this video. Hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on. Plenty of content coming your way with trade period coming up. If you're listening to this via Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure to leave a like and comment on this video. Hit that follow button. Turn the notification bell on so you don't miss whenever we upload. Share this off to a mate who you think might enjoy it. And please, guys, if you do enjoy this, remember to leave a 5-star rating, as that does help push the show out there to new listeners. Thank you guys for listening and watching along. Until next time, I'll see you guys then.